Harrison Ford is old. Indiana Jones is old. Damn it, man, stop it. We literally watched them attempt to kill this character and this actor on screen.
Give him hell, Indiana Jones!
What's good with it, people? Welcome to the Joe Blackula Perspective Presents Behind the Curtain, and I am your host, the infamous Joe Blackula. Cue my drop.
Joe
Blackula.
Good looking out, people. Now, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, rated PG-13, clocked in at 2 hours and 24 minutes. Released in theaters on Friday, June the 30th, 2023. I saw it on Saturday, July the 1st, 2023. Today is Saturday, July the 1st, 2023. I'm getting ready to go in here to check out Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Looking forward to this one. Indiana Jones is like in my top 10 of all-time movie characters. Starring Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. Duh. Man, my history. Indiana Jones, man. Raiders of the Lost Ark, come on, fam. Raiders of the Lost Ark kicked it all off. I was 7 when that movie came out in the summer of 1981. That movie scared the shit out of me. I remember thinking, what the hell is Han Solo doing? Where the hell is Chewbacca? I've seen all 5 of the Indiana Jones movies. Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, I ranked that one just as high as Raiders of the Lost Ark. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out in 2008. I'm thinking honestly that movie should have maybe came out in 1993. That was another one. The movie wasn't trash, but I've probably only watched it 2 or 3 times. Point being is that it is not a favorite of mine. Alright, so let's unpack this plot. Indy is trying to keep a former Nazi from trying to get hold of an ancient clock that's actually a time machine on the low, and of course the clock is in 2 damn pieces. But if the Nazi gets the 2 pieces, he's going back in time to make sure that Germany wins World War II. So as usual, it's a race to see who gets to the 2 pieces first. Off script, and all the Indiana Jones movies is this. First you gotta find the map. Then the map gets you to this piece. Then you find this piece that'll take you to this piece. That piece will take you to that piece, and then you finally find whatever the hell he been looking for. Every Indiana Jones movie either kicks off or sets up the overall story with Indy being in the middle of something that sets the overall rhythm of the movie. We always hit the ground running, and this one is not any different. But in this one, the way they introduced the de-aged Indy by snatching the hood off his head, that was dope. I thought that whole train scene ran too long. Kinda exposed how that deep fake de-aging tech ain't quite there yet. But overall, just looking at how they knocked off 40 years for the most part, and the action on top of the train was dope. Nerd alert! All my life, the first thing you'd actually see when an Indiana Jones movie kicks off is that Paramount logo, that mountain. The other movies, they either blended a mountain or a hill into the Paramount logo. This one, they didn't do that. The first thing you see in this one is that Disney castle. I was like, what the hell? I had to remember that Disney ain't just buy Star Wars. They bought Lucasfilm and all of the Lucasfilm properties. Indiana Jones is one of those main properties. Another nerd alert, his hat. He didn't have the hat on, the fedora, for a lot of this movie.
Come on!
Definitely a nerd alert, because ain't nobody gonna give a shit. Something that stood out to me in the Indiana Jones movies were the detail of the sound effects. You gotta kinda expect that from Spielberg and George Lucas.
Get back.
But the effects, especially on those punches, they used to sound like a damn cannon going off. Then the gunshots. Once again, cannons, man. Indiana Jones, even at 80, still throwing punches, still cannons going off. Sidebar! Steven Spielberg directed all 5 of the previous Indiana Jones movies. Did not direct this one. He and George Lucas still executive produced it, but he actually handed over the director's chair of this one to James Mangold. James Mangold directed Walk the Line, Logan, and Copland, 3 movies that I really like. Yeah, damn that. All 3 of those movies are great goddamn stories. Each of the Indiana Jones movies always has some kind of creeping you out critters. Raiders of the Lost Ark, it was snakes. Temple of Doom, it was giant water bugs and roaches. Last Crusade, it was rats. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I don't remember.
I don't care.
This time around, it was eels. They made their point, but wasn't nothing as bad as those rats. Spoiler alert! If you know who Marion is, Karen Allen, she's back. If you know who Sala is, John Rhys Davis, he's back. Always liked Sala, he was down. Glad to see both of them, but both of them are old. And the characters really didn't contribute anything much to the story except, here they are, get one more look at them. Antonio Banderas. That man has been reduced to Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots.
He's in it. Indy usually have folk ducked off in every country. Antonio was one of them. Failed to mention, it was actually black folk in this movie, but more specifically a sister, Shawnette Renee Wilson. Wow. Spoiler alert! Her character's name was Mason. It did not end well. Off script, now that I think about it, it was a brother in Raiders of the Lost Ark, that pirate dude that had the ship.
Shut the fuck up!
Look, everybody knows that Harrison Ford is old, and he looks it, like really looks it, and I like the way they ain't avoid it. If anything, they embraced it and was like, hey, here he is. What was heavy was that they showed that Indy's life at this point ain't sweet. They kind of focus more in this one on his drinking. If you look at all of the other Indiana Jones movies, he's always having a drink. This one, they just kind of show you a little bit, my man's may have a tad bit of a problem. I mean, but look at what the man has been through in 5 movies. I mean, really fam, my man can't have a glass of scotch. He ain't got his fortune in gold that he mentioned to Short Roundabout in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Fortune and glory, kid. Fortune and glory.
Or at least what he does have left is in that little apartment. He stays in a little apartment in New York. His neighbors don't respect him. He's teaching at a university where his students in his class could care less than a damn about what he's talking about. His wife, Marion, they got married at the end of the last movie. They're currently separated, going through a legal separation. His son, I think his name was Mutt. He was played by the homeboy from the Transformers, Shia LaBeouf. He played him. Spoiler alert! Well, he's dead. He gave a really sad monologue about the guilt that he was feeling as far as the loss of his son. Indy is tired. Indy is worn out. The man is depressed. Off script, Indy's character in this one reminds me a lot of Tom Hanks' character in that movie, A Man Called Otto or something like that. I just know those two characters are paralleling each other. All that grave robbing that Indiana Jones has spent a lifetime doing, and my man's has absolutely very little or nothing to show for it. That was really heavy. In conclusion, when I first saw the trailer for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, something about that John Williams Indiana Jones theme music. Seeing the way that they put that trailer together made me feel a certain kind of way. Kind of like seeing someone getting ready to die. Kind of like seeing like a loved one getting ready to die. Or imagine seeing your old grade school burn down in real time. Or going back to your old neighborhood and your old home front has now become a shooting gallery. Like, I'm looking at what's left of my childhood fade to black in real time, literally. Off script, it kind of reminds me of when I saw my grandmother for the last time in the hospital in her deathbed. She looked me in my eyes and said, John, do not come back. I do not want you to see me anymore like this. Like, they let you know all through this movie, like the Chicago Bulls last championship in 97 or 98, whenever the hell it was. Fam, this is it. Technically, the last Indiana Jones movie, that damn Kingdom Crystal Skull movie, should have been it. But I'm guessing that they couldn't put a bow on that one. Not like that. Not that one. This movie, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, could have been better, but what the hell, man? I've seen the other 4. I know damn well it ain't gonna be another one. Ain't gonna be another one with Harrison Ford. Bet that. In this movie, Indy ran down his injury resume, kind of like the way the doctor described to Bruce Wayne all of his injuries in The Dark Knight Returns.
It's good.
No, that's because there is no cartilage in your knee and not much of any use in your elbows or your shoulders. Between that and the scar tissue on your kidneys, the residual concussive damage to your brain tissue, and the general scarred over quality of your body, I cannot recommend that you go hella skiing, Mr. Wayne.
Right.
And Indy is a dead man walking. He told Marion in Raiders of the Lost Ark that it's not the years, it's the mileage.
Not the man I knew 10 years ago.
It's not the years. It's the mileage.
But at this point, it's the years and the mileage, and bro has been to hell and back. But Indiana Jones is at the end of the road, his road, at least he should be. But If Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny makes that bread, then we shall see. Holly Weird is a greedy, selfish bitch. Just do Harrison Ford a favor and leave him alone. Enough already. I am going to miss him playing that character though. Like, love, hate, or debate. Either way it went, I at least was gonna like this one. I was hoping for a love. Unfortunately, that ain't happened. So yeah, I liked it. How many black fists? I am going to give Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny 3 out of 5 black fists. Yeah, I feel bad about that 3 out of 5 though, because my childhood loyalty to the character at least makes me want to give it a 4, but yeah, no, it's a 3. All right, people, let's put a bow on this one because it is officially a wrap. Please like, share, subscribe, text 10 people to text 10 people, and whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below and let a brother know, and I will holla black in a few ticks. In a minute, people.
Give him hell, Indiana!
That's a